Welcome everybody in today's class of Python programming. Today I will discuss chapter 3, conditional and looping construct. Before starting the class, you need to do one thing: like the video, share the video with your friends so that they can also study Python programming. Subscribe the channel so that you can get notification of my next video. Just click on the description box and get the URL of the website, and there you can get my previous videos of Python programming, syllabus, latest guidelines of CBSE, sample papers, question papers, test papers. Subscribe the website by putting your email ID so that you can get the notification when blogs are posted. It will be helpful for you for getting updates of computer science and information technology. So let's start our class. In this chapter you are going to learn conditional and looping construct. After studying this lesson, students will be able to. So let's start what you are going to learn in this chapter, so that you can keep in your mind what you learn, what you have to note down in your notebook. Understand the concept and usage of selection and iteration statements. Know various types of loops available in Python. Analyze the problem, decide and evaluate conditions. Will be able to analyze and decide for an appropriate combination of constructs. Write code that imply decision constructs, including those that imply sequence of decision and nested decisions. Design simple application having iteration nature. So these points you are going to learn. First point, control flow structure, such as depending on time of the day you wish good morning or good night to people. Similarly, while writing programs, we almost always need the ability to check the condition and then change the course of program. The simplest way to do so is using if statement. Students, when you wish the good morning or good night, then you need to think about it is day or night, then only you wish. Okay, so how a program does this? A Python program does this with the help of if statement. See one example of if condition. If x is greater than 0, then what will happen? Print x is positive. Print x is positive. If this condition is fulfilled or satisfied or found true by Python interpreter, then the program will print x is positive. Here the Boolean expression written after if is known as condition, and if condition is true, then the statement written after is executed. Let's see the syntax of if statement. Option 1, option 2. If condition, statement block 1, else. Option 2, if condition 1, statement block 1, else condition 2. Statements block 2, statements block 2, else statement block n. Statement with square bracket are optional. Let us understand the syntax in option 1. If the condition is true, that is satisfied. The statements written after if statement block 1 is executed, otherwise statements written after else, that is statement block 2 is executed. Remember, else clause is optional. If provided in any situation, one of the two blocks get executed, not both. We can say that if with else provides an alternative execution, as there are two possibilities and the condition determines which one gets executed. If there are more than two possibilities, such as based on percentage, print grade of the student, percentage, range and grade. Greater than 85, grade A. Greater than 70 to less equal 85, grade B. Greater than 60 to less equal 70, grade C. Greater than 45 to less than or equal to 60, grade D. Then we need to change the if statement. This is done using the second option of if statement. Here we have used elif clause instead of else. Elif combines if else statement to one if elif else. You may consider elif to be an abbreviation of else if. There is no limit to the number of elif because used, but if there is an else clause also, it has to be at the end. For combining more than one condition, if percentage greater or equal to 75 or 85, print A. Elif percent greater than 70 and percentage less equal 85. Alternative to this is if 70 is less than percentage less than 85. Print B. Elif percent greater than 60 and percent less equal to 70. If 60 less than percent less equal to 70, print C. Elif percent greater than 45 and percent less than 60, print D. In the chained condition, each condition is checked in order. If previous is false, then next is checked and so on. If one of them is true, then corresponding block of statements are executed and the statement ends, that is control moves out of if statement. If none is true, then else block gets executed if provided. If more than one condition is true, then only the first true option block gets executed. If you look at the condition construct, you will find that it has some structure as function definition terminated by a colon. Statements like this are called compound statements. In any compound statement, there is no limit on how many statements can appear inside the body, but there has to be at least one. Indentation level is used to tell. There is another way of writing a simple if-else statement in Python. The complete simple if can be written as variable equal to variable 1 if condition else variable 2. In above statement on evaluation, if condition results into true, then variable 1 is assigned to variable, otherwise variable 2 is assigned to variable. Let's take one example. This is our example. A is equal to 5, B equal to 10, X is equal to true, Y is equal to false. Result: X if A less than B, else why? We'll assign true to the result because A is less than B. A is less than B. It is true. So what should be assigned to the result? True. Sometimes it is useful to have a body with no statements. In that case, you can use pass statement. Pass statement does nothing. Example, if condition pass. It is possible to have a condition within another condition. Such conditions are known as nested condition. I hope the topic discussed today you have learned very well. In my next class, I will teach you example of nested conditions. So once again, like the video. If you have not already done, share the video with your friends and always subscribe the channel to get the notification of my next video. URL is given in the website. Just open it and watch all the previous videos. Subscribe the website by putting your email and visit the website to get updated about the computer science and informatics practice. Thank you very much for watching the video.